Jay, obviously a big first round win for you guys. You guys are on to the Pacific Division Finals. With playoff hockey, there's always heightened emotions, heightened play. How do you feel like this group is prepared or will be prepared come Friday night to match that intensity?
Well, we had a housekeeping meeting here to set the series up for our players here this morning. We talked about the fact that the league, as of last night, just narrowed from 16 teams in the playoffs down to 8, so it's gotten narrower, more focused, and better. Just like when we headed into round number 1, we realized that we're going to have to raise our level. We feel that you mentioned emotions. We came through an emotional series, but we've been talking about the playoffs for going on 4 or 5 months here and trying to prepare our team for that. And part of being in the playoffs is your ability to stay composed and manage your emotion and manage the highs and lows. And I thought our team, especially under the leadership of our veterans, did a really good job of staying even-keeled. We enjoyed each win for about 15 minutes, then we came back to the next day to get back to work. We stayed humble, we take our craft seriously, and we have a business-like attitude to make sure that we're prepared for our next game.
I don't want to say the mindset, but how does maybe your approach to this series differ from it being a 7-game series instead of a 5 now?
Well, we use that term in the 5-game series that it was a race to 3 wins. It's a race to 4 wins now. It takes 4 wins to win this series. We're taking it one day at a time. We're not putting or thinking too far in advance. We're taking each day seriously. We're going to try and maximize our daily opportunity. We had a great practice here today to set ourselves up for another good one tomorrow. Our preparation is paramount, and I like what I saw in day 1 in the prep department.
Coach, can you talk about what the goals kind of present? You guys always play them tough. They play you guys tough, whether it's here or there. Can you just kind of talk about what some of the challenges they present to you?
Yeah, well, I think they have skill. There's numerous first-round draft picks in their lineup. They can score. They have lots of different veteran players. In fact, I think they have to sit one or 2 out every game. So they have different choices amongst their veterans. They have a good mix of young and old as well. A D-core that's big and experienced. They're going to be a tough matchup. But you know what? Anytime you're into playing hockey in the month of May, whoever you're playing is a tough matchup. And for us, as much as we respect what they bring to the table, our focus is going to be on us, our preparation, and making sure that we're playing towards our full potential.
How comfortable is it knowing that you guys are home for at least another week or so? You guys worked hard for home ice advantage. You guys have it, and you guys won't be hitting the road for at least until Game 3 at least.
Well, I think we're excited about getting Rabobank Arena up and running in round 2. We saw what round 1 brought in terms of how excited the community was and how rocking this arena was. Our fellas are looking forward to making this community proud and getting this rink up and running here on Friday and Saturday night. It's nice to be at home. But I think we talked about this last series too. For us, it's more about how we're playing than where we're playing.
So does the format changing from 5 games to 7 games really not even matter to you guys? You're just trying to...
Well, you know, I think our focus continues to be on that race to 4 wins, and you can't get to 4 without trying to get the first one. So for us, our focus is on that game number 1. Where that game's played isn't so much as important as us playing to our full potential and making sure that we're ready to go. I think today was a good step in that direction, and we're looking to stack another good practice day on top of this one tomorrow.
Jay, you talked about how this is a young team on Saturday and had plenty of learning experiences in round 1. But for such a young team, you guys give up a goal with half a second left in the second period, and yet you guys come out and still continue to play your game. Does that really embody what the Condors hockey is all about?
Yeah, I think earlier in this season, we went through a couple small rough patches, and we really liked the way we were playing the game. We were just finding a way to not win. And that's when we started talking about winning being a skill. And it's not something that you can script. It's not formulaic. It's a skill to learn how to find those moments in games, those key moments, and making sure that you're doing what you can to put yourself in a position to succeed. I think through the months of December and January and into February, when we went on the 17-game winning streak, we found ways, different ways. Sometimes it was goaltending. Sometimes it was our power play. Other times it was our penalty kill. Sometimes it was our D. Sometimes it was depth scoring up front. We found ways to win games. And I think that experience of going through those tough stretches allowed us to work through key moments and gave our players the confidence to realize that winning is a skill, that you have to find ways to win. And like I said earlier in the season, for us, winning is just as important a skill as shooting is, as skating is, as passing is. It's a skill that we want to develop in our young players, and we've done a good job through 68 games in the regular season and one round of the playoffs. We're going to continue to bring that attitude here in round number 2.
Coach, if necessary, you'll play game 4 in San Diego, and then the next day you're right back here for game 5. How's the comfortability level kind of with a small transition like that, playing a game less than 24 hours after traveling?
Yeah, well, for me right now, I'm so singular and focused that my concentration is on our practice day tomorrow. And like I said, we want our players having that mindset of taking one day at a time. We don't control the schedule. The league sets the schedule based on the arena availability of both franchises. And for me, like I said, we're looking forward to stacking a good practice day on top of today's practice and preparing ourselves for game number 1.
When you talk about all that adversity that goes on the hockey rink, outside of the games, does it make you more confident to know that you have so many different guys that can do so many different things, that depth that we've talked about, both young and old, the veterans stepping up, the young guys?
Yeah.
How much more confidence does that bring you in the playoffs when you deal with all this adversity?
Well, what I like about our mix of players is that we have people that represent different ingredients. So it's not just a cookie cutter jersey that's going into the lineup. We have players that excel on the power play, excel on the penalty kill. We have toughness, we have size, we have speed. And I believe that our depth has been a real source of strength, not only for the Bakersfield Condors, but for the entire Edmonton Oilers organization this year. We've had people go up and gain invaluable experience at the highest level. And for me and the coaching staff, we have a comfort level with every single player that we have on the roster. I believe we have 3 extremely capable goaltenders, 9 quality defensemen, and over 5 lines of players that represent those different types of ingredients that have all helped us get to this point in our year. Every single one of those players is important to us, important to what we got going on, and we're a stronger team because they're here. We feel quite comfortable with whoever we ice in our lineup.
I've heard you say ingredients a few times. Should we start calling you chef?
No, I don't know about that. My wife would have a differing opinion on
What
that.
does it mean to kind of be one of the final teams standing here? 8 teams left. When you guys start the season, there's a bunch of teams in the mix. The final 8. Just talk about kind of the resilience of that moving forward.
I think it's special. I think we're in uncharted waters right now for this franchise. The experience that our younger players are getting, the experience that our coaching staff is getting, the experience of pushing every day and playing meaningful hockey in the month of May, I think is invaluable. It's special. We're enjoying it. But like I said, we have a business-like attitude and a serious approach. And saying that, we have fun every day that we come to the rink. That's part of our culture here. And we're looking forward to seeing what these next few weeks bring us.
Coach, is Cooper doing better? Is he okay?
Yeah, Cooper's day to day. He had a better day today than he did yesterday. He's progressing nicely, and he's in that day-to-day category.
And Coach, you've had a long career in hockey, but how did Bakersfield hockey playoff time compare to what you've seen before in playoff hockey?
I've had some really good experiences. I'm a real fortunate individual just with some of the teams that I've been involved with. And to see how this community reacted to a playoff series win at the American Hockey League level was something special. I thought that crowd raised the hairs on the back of my neck, I can tell you that, especially down that last minute, and to see the joy and jubilation of the people in the community. I think that crowd helped spur our team forward. We're going to need them here in game number 1 to set the tone, and we're excited about what they bring to the table.